Okay, folks, 12 Mighty Orphans. I just saw the film, so now we have what's called Mike's Instant Movie Review, and I'm Mike. Subscribe to Mike Messier YouTube channel is the name of the channel, and it's also a friendly request. So, Kevin, Luke Wilson, there is no Kevin Wilson, I don't know who I was thinking of, but Luke Wilson is in this movie, and I think I was just saying the other day when I did a video, hey, I saw Idiocracy for the first time was the video, I was wondering whatever happened to Luke Wilson. Well, here he is, folks. Here is Luke Wilson in all his dramatic glory. He was always kind of the dramatic one, and his brother Owen was more of the comedic one, and of course that's a very broad stance. What a wonderful view we have here. The night sky, it's 9 p.m. The movie started at 6:30. I did notice that at this mall here, there was a lot more people coming to the movies tonight that I've seen in quite some time. Maybe since Christmas night when Wonder Woman 1984 played on Christmas, and there was quite a lot of people at the theater for that day. Now this day, they were not coming to see this movie. 12 Mighty Orphans has been out for a week or so. They were coming here, I believe, to see F9, Fast and the Furious 9. Now here's how you live life, folks. An official insight for all the Mike Messier viewers. Subscribe to Mike Messier YouTube channel viewers. The thing to do is don't go see the movie that everyone else is coming out to see. Now you can do that if you're one of the I have to go be with the flock type of people. But I believe in counter programming. I guess I'll see F9, even though I have my, I wonder about this John Cena character for all the things he's said and recently, and that hubbub-boo. But anyway, let's get to this movie, the 12 Mighty Orphans. First off, here you go, folks. I'm a real big titles guy. In being in the film industry myself, I like to have an opinion. I don't it's a good title if you see the movie, but once again, there's a type of movie title that works once you've seen the movie. There's a type of movie title that works before you see the movie to get you to see the movie, and then there's the type of movie title that doesn't work at all. I'm going way back in time here, but there was a movie called Lorenzo's Oil. Just the word oil is not a particularly hooking. It'd be like if you had titled that movie Lorenzo's Miracle. More people would have seen the movie, right? Would you rather go see Lorenzo's Oil or Lorenzo's Miracle? You tell me, okay? I mean, you know what I mean? I have an opinion. I'm going to share it. Now let's go to modern times. 12 Mighty Orphans. What the hell is that? I mean, I was saying 12 Angry Orphans today when I was trying to explain, because I was thinking of 12 Angry Men, but it's not. It's 12 Mighty Orphans, and I think that the movie that they should, the title they should have used for this movie is stated right in the middle of the movie, because before it was stated, I was thinking Football Orphans would have been a good title for this movie, but someone in the movie, a character says orphan football. They utter the phrase orphan football. Now if you say, hey, let's go see orphan football, I'll say, hell yeah, I'll see some orphan football. What's that about? Well, it's about orphans that play football. We're football orphans. Either way, I kind of think orphan football has got a ring to it. But you say 12 Mighty Orphans, it's a kind of a, what does that mean? And the problem is, people would have to go see the movie to get it. That's my point. If I could make one thing clear, obviously, it's too late now for this film, but in future films, or if anyone out there wants to be a filmmaker, you can pay me to consult me to title your damn movie, okay? I'm just trying to help. There's these 3 young women over there, they're dancing around in the parking lot. So next point on the matter is this. Is the movie good? It's very good. It's another one of those tearjerker movies. How many wonderful football movies have we seen? Football is a very cinematic sport, meaning that it lends itself to the cinema. I'm thinking of the Denzel Washington We Are the Titans. I'm thinking of other things. I mean, there's been a few botch jobs, like when Adam Sandler and his crew kind of redid the Longest Yard. That was a bit of a botch job. I mean, you know, but I mean, what else? There's other movies that are good about football. Gridiron Gang with The Rock and so forth. But this one I think holds up. There was that one with the guy, Wahlberg, that played. You know, I knew a female once who dated a Wahlberg, but she dated like the Tito Wahlberg of the Wahlbergs. Like, she didn't even date the right one. She dated the non-famous Wahlberg. And, you know, anyway, I guess I won't run her through the mud. Just something I thought of. Even like the cook show, like the chef show, the Wahlburgers, which I never watched. But you would, you know what I mean? She wasn't even dating the cook. She was dating Tito Wahlberg. So there you fucking have it. Idiots. Idiots and whores in the entertainment world. What's next? But the movie was good. I enjoyed it. You know, I keep saying Kevin Wilson. His name's Luke Wilson. Maybe he looks like a Kevin. But Luke Wilson, you know, very earnest. For the first 30 or 45 minutes of this movie, I think I was kind of on that mental tip of thinking, you know, this guy at one point was poised to be like the everyman hero, kind of having that Kevin Costner or that Tom Hanks spot in our universe of films, or even Billy Crystal, like the everyday guy who everyone cheers for. And, you know, fucking Luke Wilson was there right at that precipice, and something seemed to slip through his fingers. Well, he might have, you know, re-established the grip here. Because he does a very good performance, an understated performance, an earnest performance, based on true events, based on real people, you know, and it's always fun to see. All these people are now long gone, they're all dead, but it's nice that their legacy and their efforts are in this movie. Okay, spoilers, you might be wondering, what's the movie about? Well, it's about this orphanage in the middle of the Great Depression, the Dust Bowl, all these horrible things, and this teacher, history, math, and football coach, God, I'm trying to remember these names. The Luke Wilson character, I'm trying to remember his name, Coach, let's call him. Coach and his wife, who's also a teacher, and they have a young daughter. They decide to, I believe, leave Temple University and come to the Masonic orphanage. Of course, we don't get into the whole where-a-boo-boo of the Masons and all their craziness, but he comes over to Fort Worth, Texas. 2 movies in a row I've seen that take place in Fort Worth, Texas, the other one being Miss Juneteenth. And now suddenly, he's got this whole orphanage. The boys, the orphanage don't even have shoes. They're being used as more or less indentured servants or slave labor to this evil guy. Oh, very interesting. Newman, the guy that played Newman in Seinfeld. And of course, he's also the last face you see before the famous Sharon Stone leg uncrossing. That guy, whose name I can't recall, and he's also in Lost, Jurassic Park, the original Jurassic Park. That guy is actually the bad guy in this movie. So he's like the principal, the evil principal, or the whatever the fuck, headmaster of the orphanage. Evil. Very good performance by him. For what it's worth, he doesn't look like he's aged much since the 90s. He still looks like Newman, still looks like himself. But he's in this thing being evil and calculated. And Luke Wilson's being the good guy, the coach. And then guess who else? Martin Sheen is in this movie as a wonderful assistant coach playing Doc. And he does quite a good job. Now, no offense, I thought Martin Sheen, maybe I'm thinking of I'm thinking of Michael Douglas's father. Kirk Douglas. I got my old actors mixed up, no offense to anyone, especially Martin Sheen, but Martin Sheen looks pretty good in here. So I was thinking, what's wrong? I thought he was sick and frail, but I was actually thinking of Kirk Douglas. My fault. Is Kirk Douglas still with us? I don't know. But in any event, it was nice to see Martin Sheen, and I could be fucking wrong, but I think there was a little cameo in this thing from Robert Duvall, of all people, who's in this movie for just a minute. I'm getting sick of people using the minute term to describe like any length of time. Oh, it's been a minute. Oh, I haven't seen you in a minute. Well, is it 5 years? Is it 6 weeks? What the fuck are you trying to say? Stop using the word minute for any length of time ever. It's stupid. No offense, world. I like the movie. You know, I mean, it is what it is. I mean, it kind of reminds you of now, you know, with society being in such a decline and the world just being in a shitstorm, and we can't get people to work at the goddamn Taco Bell or the KFC. No one wants to work. And, you know, it just, hey, we might be headed there again. If hopefully some folks will start taking this thing seriously and get the shot in the arm that they should get, so we don't have the spread of the such and such, and so on and so forth. But point is, I like the movie. I think it's a movie worth seeing. I'm glad that I counter-programmed. I did not go see the F9 tonight because it would have been packed, and I'm still kind of in that situation where I still kind of, like, although social distancing, I'm fully cured of all ailments. I never had any ailments, but I kind of pine for the days of, like, people socially distancing from me. But, so that's why I like seeing the movie with less people in it. The Sparks movie's still playing here. I was surprised. I did my the Sparks Brothers review. I've been listening to some of the Sparks. It's Thursday. We're coming up on another weekend. It happens so fast. A lot of NHL, a lot of NFL. I guess I could be doing some response videos on these games. I don't think there's much of an interest. Just to say that, what is it, LA Clippers are down 0-2. I tend to watch Skip and Shannon Undisputed. I know I'm segueing here for just a dalliance, but we're on this topic of sports. Some controversy on Subscribe to Mike Messier YouTube channel. I dug up my old Chris Benoit, thoughts on Chris Benoit. It's not a tribute. It's not a crucifixion. It's trying to be an unbiased report, but some people want to state their opinions. You know, like there's tons of CNN footage, tons of video about this guy. I state a fucking opinion video, and people get their panties in an uproar, but that's okay. Freedom of speech, just watch what you say. Ice-T, 1992. Anyway, this is a good movie. It's another one of those movies where it's an ensemble, and whenever you have an ensemble, there's going to be characters that don't get a lot of screen time. You have essentially 12 young men, football players, and what can you feature? 4 or 5? So about 7 of the characters really you don't even know who the fuck they are, what they're about. Unfortunately, 2 of the Spaniard characters, Spanish young men, don't get much airtime, but at the end of the movie, you see that they had pretty interesting lives after. But hey, look, you do what you got to do. You make a movie. You know what I mean? A friend of mine was hired to write a screenplay for a guy. Long story short, there was like 12 siblings in real life. And my friend was trying to tell the guy, look, I can't write a movie for 12 siblings. It's just not logistical. And the guy insisted. So you get your script and you have 12 sibling characters, and it makes no fucking sense. So, you know, point being, you would have preferred to have abridged that somehow. Abridge some of the 12 sibling characters of real life into the fucking script and make them 3 or 4. But people don't want to listen to reason. People don't want to listen to logic, and that's why everything sucks. You know what I mean? So I do my best. I try to help. For instance, with my titling, the retitling, I would have called this Orphan Football. I would go see a movie called Orphan Football. You would go see a movie called Orphan Football. You say 12 Mighty Orphans. What the fuck is that? Is it Mighty Mouse? What the fuck? Granted, you go see the movie and you're like, oh, I get it. Yeah, 12 Mighty Orphans. But the title does not encourage other people that are wavering to go see the movie because it's hard to remember. You think of 12 Angry Men. I'm thinking I'm going to see 12 Angry Orphans, and it's not. And then I think there's a horror movie with the word orphan. Like, the word orphan is a tough word, I think, to sell people to. You know what I mean? I'm just trying to help the film industry. But it was encouraging to see that there was a lot of people in this theater tonight. Although I think, like I said, they're all going to go see F9. Oh, boy. So anyway. So that's it. Subscribe to Mike Messier YouTube channel. I saw a new subscriber today, another game named Michael. He was intrigued and fascinated by my Chris Benoit video. That video I cut probably 2.5 years ago, but it's still relevant. I don't think I've really changed much of my opinion, except to maybe say that there's more, his surviving son, not the poor child that was killed in that horrific situation, but the surviving son who wasn't there, believes that Benoit, Chris, his father, killed his brother and his mother. So, you know, I did a later video where I kind of accept that as the official story. Although, hey, I wasn't there, you weren't there, we don't know. You know, you watch these mystery shows on TV, and they're always taking some case that everyone thought knew what they thought they knew what happened, and then 10, 20, 30, 40, 50 years later, oh no, this maybe didn't happen the way we thought. So that's the thing with everything. We all assume we know everything, but then we don't know a fucking thing. Nobody knows everything. Adventures in the Screen Trade, okay? Have you ever met a dinosaur? Then why do you believe they exist? You never met one, you never petted one, you never climbed on one, you never rode around on one, yet you go to school, they give you dinosaur action figures as a child, and little plastic dinosaur toys, and you're taught that all these fucking giant fucking crazy lizards existed with different stupid names and horns, and they bit each other, and they flew around, and then a big meteor came and blew them all up. And we're all supposed to just believe that because that's what we're told, right? So question the knowledge, question the information, always think for yourself, never be a sheep, never be a moron, never be an idiot mark. But this movie was good. Subscribe to Mike Messier YouTube channel.